All right, guys. I got a bone to pick. I don't know if I posted it on YouTube or not, but I think I will be. And to be honest, let me just go ahead and say what I got to say about it. Because it's kind of, what's going on? No, that ain't right. No, I bumped that. I got a bit of a bone to pick right now. All right. So let me say what I'm going to say. This is regarding Negroes. And I'm trying to be nice about it. Negroes complaining. Well, let me rephrase that. What if somebody offered to pay all of your bills and your kids' college for the rest of their life? What would you think? I don't know. Maybe this is the most generous thing anybody's ever done for me. Knowing how expensive college is in 2019, let alone when my son went in 2014 when he graduated. Shit. You know? What would you think? Would you think that would be a great generous offer? Because that way the pressure would be taken off of them to not have to worry about having to work 2 or 3 jobs to pay their college loan off. Would you think that'd be a great thing? Honestly. You think it'd be one of the greatest things ever? Not Negroes. Let me talk about it. This is DJ Wolf Live. What's up with this traffic? God. The day after Memorial Day. Traffic abounds all over. Anyway, I was watching some YouTube videos, and I heard from a couple of channels and a couple of programs where people were bashing this billionaire guy, Robert Smith. Black guy, by the way. Billionaire. Not too many of those. All right. Who offered to pay upwards of up to $40 million in college tuition for graduates in 2019 at a specific school that I know of. I don't know if it's a specific school or at random schools. But nevertheless, and to me, I wish he would do that for my son. But, you know, somewhere along the line, somebody in the media world decide to throw a couple of bones out there for people to pick on. And I do mean like nitpicking. All right? I would play my music to go in on people, but I'm just going to do without for right now. Number one, why the hell do we always gotta throw a monkey in the ring, so to speak, when it comes to people doing something like this? You know? But no, Negroes can't be happy with the fact that he's actually, you know, paying off the college tuition of your of students, black students, mind you, that I know of, to help take the pressure off them from having to pay the tuition, you know, while they're trying to build their careers. I think it's an honorable good thing. It's a great thing. But yet some people are just that never satisfied. I think part of it's jealousy, to tell you the truth. Because some of those people will be like, well, they money because it went to me. It went to my house all day. You know? Just that's selfish. You know? But instead, you're going to bash the man for doing the right thing. You know? I think it's the dumbest thing in the world. That's number one. Number two, people bash this guy because the fact that he wants to, because he's married to a white woman. Who cares? So what, he's married to a white woman? What the fuck that got to do with him donating $40 million to black scholars who are graduating college this year? What the fuck do you care? You know? And I know that's all about jealousy. It's all about, yeah, give me that money. I know some of y'all little skanky motherfucking, some of y'all, you know what I'm talking about. some of these skanky motherfuckers are upset because the fact the money won't go directly to their pockets. You know, I know what that's all about. That's some old jealous bitch ass bullshit. That's all that is. It just irked me when I'm like, oh wait, he married to a white woman. Old goofy ass Negroes got to throw, the apple out the cart, so to speak, because the fact that he's married to a white woman. So who gives a goddamn? I don't care who he married to. My wife said, I don't care if he married to a pet monkey. I could care less, shit. And I don't believe her saying, because I agree. Who gives a fuck? Y'all, Negroes got to cherry pick on everything. Oh, certain things you won't cherry pick about is the bullshit going in your neighborhoods. Oh, you won't talk about that. No, you won't talk about that shit. Can't talk about that. No, we need to uplift. But when somebody provides an opportunity to uplift you and give you a hand up by offering to pay scholarships for black people, then all of a sudden that's a problem. And this is my take on it. Niggas don't know what the fuck they want out of anything in life. They don't. When I heard people saying that bullshit, I just said, get the fuck out of here with that stupid talk, man. I don't care if that woman white or not. That woman being white ain't got a goddamn thing to do with this black man wanting to help out his people. But it's going to be a tax wrap. So what? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit? Y'all the same fucking people who out there talking about, well, you got all that money, you ain't trying to help your people. So if somebody go out there and help his people, all of a sudden you got something nasty to say about it. Boy, I tell you, you just can't win with Negroes. And I'm being nice about what I'm saying right now, because I really want to go off. I'm just like, man, you just can't win. You cannot fucking win. They won't let you win. They will not ever, never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever let you win. It's like our culture is nothing but a breed mix of gossip and bullshit. More than anything else. Gossip and bullshit. And drama. Constant drama. Y'all love that shit. And that's the thing we gotta break, man. We gotta break all that trivial shit from our culture. Because we got too much of it. Way too much. But you're gonna be nitpicky and childish about, oh, well, he got a man, a white woman. He really ain't about ADOS. He ain't about helping people because he ain't black enough. Shut the fuck up. Okay, you got a white woman. So what? I defended somebody. I'm a little ticked off because they ain't, at least nonsense. I tried to defend them, and they got smart with me. That's Levi's show. I'll say that. But I mean that's fine. At least hey, I may not agree with everything you say, but damn it, one thing I do agree with is the fact that he should be able to love who he loves, and I stand behind that. But they were saying he wasn't black enough. Remember they were saying about him last year. Oh, he's not black enough. I said, y'all motherfuckers ain't shit. He ain't black enough to you won't stop a white motherfucker now. Yeah. They was telling him that he wasn't black enough because of the fact about what he stood for regarding his wife, because him and his wife, I really don't understand that one. I was like, well, the advice show ain't about his blackness and blah 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 blah. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Y'all serious? And they was very, very serious. Yeah, they were bashing him. I was like, bashing for what? Him standing for his people ain't got a fucking thing to do with that at all. That has nothing to do with it, period. But yet still, he got bashed for it anyway. Well, he can't be representing black people. You know, you can't win. Tommy talked about, reality about what's going on in communities with coming black women and stuff. Oh, you can't talk about that. You talk about that, you cooning. And I've talked about that because it's true. There's some things I agree with pro-blacks on, and a lot of it I don't. A lot of it's nonsense. There has to be nonsense if you're going to go up against a black guy who, although married to a white woman, tries to give back to his own people and get bashed for it. Niggas ain't got no goddamn common sense at all. And I'm still like, I just shake my head every time I think about it. Black man offers average student at school or schools a scholarship amount to cover his entire student loan before he even graduates good. And you guys don't like him because he's married to a white woman. Right. And he can afford to do what he wants to do. Again, right, you're mad. Really? The logic is just, it's mind-blowing. The mind. The mind is a very, they always say the mind, that used to be the old slogan for the United Negro College Fund. They should bring that back, because it is true. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, especially when you waste it on bullshit. And I'm going to tell you, I have no problem saying that. Tommy's not a pro-black, but I do agree with a lot of what he says. I don't fool a lot of my own people because a lot of my own people keep a lot of shit going. It's not that I don't hate them, I love them. But I don't want to deal with bullshit in my life. I grew up around bullshit in my life. Why do I got to continue to deal with it in my 50s? No, I'm not. Period. I won't. Period. And, I just can't. I can't deal with it. I can't. It's beyond impossible for me to deal with that. Tommy said, he said one day, if it's three, it won't be more than three. If it's three or more, it won't be me. Me, it won't be. I won't be around it. And I can understand that because I've been in a situation like that before. So, and I totally agree with him. I have to, because it's true. He's right. And I know if somebody had a disagreement recently with me, really? You trying to look cool? You gonna faint your ass, boy. You got on a hoodie in 90-degree weather. Hot as it is out here. But anyway, I had to agree with some of the things he said. Oh, somebody had disagreement with me because I told him, I said 75% of the single households or households of children are ran by single mothers. And that's true. It's a fact. It's a known fact. Yet, you telling me that they don't play they're not responsible for some of the stuff that goes on in our communities today? Don't say it's not true. It's 100% true. I don't care what anybody says. But I know some of y'all gonna say, oh no, it's the man's fault. Okay, don't get me wrong. The woman lay there. She allows the guy to go ahead and put it in her. And then she has one baby with a guy out of wedlock. Then she goes back through the same cycle about 4 or 5 times with maybe one or more than one dude. And ain't married to him for first. Yeah, that's all about the guy's fault, not hers. She doesn't hold no responsibility, no accountability at all. None whatsoever. Yet she played a part in it. Go figure. I just don't understand it, man. And this is part of what I'm talking about right here. The cycle of bullshit. The cycle of not wanting to take responsibility for your own actions. Yet a man come out here and says, I'm going to pay your kids college tuition out here at these schools. And then y'all got something to say about him. He's not perfect for y'all. But he was perfect enough to pay your kids college tuition, though. Ain't that some shit? You know? This is why I can't deal with y'all. You know? I can't do it. Can't do it. Cannot do it. I won't do it. I will not do it. You know? I can tell you about some stuff that's going on with me right now. Up in Seatown, but I won't talk about it. I'd rather not talk about it. I've talked about it at least once. I ain't gonna say much else about it. I'm done. You know, because you know, it's like you just never can do enough, and you know, you try to talk without having to step over eggshells, and you can't be honest. That's wrong. You know, you're hurting somebody's feelings. You know, I got newsflash for you. When you're talking to adults, they shouldn't feel that way. You know? But apparently some of us do. You know? I'll put it to you like that. But like I said, I just... I literally shake my head anymore about the things I've seen this year, about the things I've had to deal with this year. It's just... It's beyond comprehension. It really is. It's beyond comprehension for me anymore. I'm trying to figure out this BS for the longest time. And I just don't know. I don't know where we're headed. We're also the same people who voted for a man who said what he was going to do and was in office for 8 years, and a number of us never called him out to this day. If anything, you got some of us who still think, well, you know, and this is how it went. We're going to vote for Obama because he's black. We ain't never had black men in office before. He talk a good game. He said he going to do this for the people. He going to do that. He says change is coming, and we got hope and change, and that'll take care of everything. Then Obama gets in office, and what happens? Black men get killed across this country with impunity. And what did he do? Not a goddamn thing. And what was all these talk show hosts, radio talk show hosts included, and these black leaders were saying, oh, you gotta give them time. Wait for it. You know, give them time. It's in the back. They're working on the back end. Blah 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 blah. All this bullshit. All right. Nothing ever happened in most of those cases. Those white guys that got off like as though they just stole a piece of candy. Yeah, that's facts. Nothing ever happened for them. Nothing ever happened to those guys who did the murders with impunity. They got off. They walked. Every one of them. And then they were making promises about jobs and this, that, and the other, and the third, and all this shit. And guess who got what they wanted to get? Gays, Hispanics, you know, women. They got exactly what they wanted. And that's who we fought for the most and the hardest. And that's who we spoke for the most and the hardest for. He didn't do that with us. That was that was towards the end of the first term. Then the second term. And, you know, he said, well, he'll give him time. He'll get it done in the second term. Same shit. He did nothing. He was a do-nothing, empty suit-ass president. You know? The Flint crisis, he had a chance to redeem himself with that. One of the last things he could have redeemed himself with. And yet, he didn't. He didn't do a goddamn thing. And he was well aware of it. Didn't call out the state. Didn't do anything to influence them to do something about it. He went there, he campaigned for Hillary Clinton, and even made a joke about the water. Oh, I'm thirsty. Got a glass of water. Yeah, so wrong with water. Yeah, made an insult about it, and rolled out. Didn't take no photo ops or pictures with, nor did he try to meet with the families of the kids who were sick. None of that stuff. He left. He was a fucking empty suit. And yet, y'all got duped again. But you're going to complain about a black man who's a multi-billionaire who gives away $40 million in scholarship funds because he's married to a white woman. Really? Are you fucking serious? Obama never did that. Obama never promised to do that. Obama didn't keep his word about much of anything when it comes to the black community anyway. Nor did he work for it. You know? This is the same man who didn't attend the funeral of a young teenage girl who admired Obama, wrote a letter to him talking about her admiration for him. And when she got cold-blooded murdered by the cops, that's what, from my understanding, I think, I'll take that back. Let me rephrase that. She was killed, okay? Yet, he did nothing about to find out what happened, and he sent his wife to the funeral. Yeah, he sent Michelle to go. He would not even show up. That's how milquetoast this motherfucker was. I don't give a fuck about his legacy at all. I could care less. And he had the nerve, and he actually said that. I heard him say this myself. He said, if you care about my legacy, you'll vote for Hillary Clinton. Really? Well, we gave him the big fuck you in 2016. We not voting for Hillary Clinton. You know? And I think I did. I don't remember if I did or not. I know one thing. I'm not voting. That's it. I'm done. I told people, I said, I am never, ever voting again. For what? My vote's never going to count. And like I can say again, until, and not before, but until we get somebody and we get some people to represent our best interests based on from experience, not from the white people who try to make comparisons to something that don't even represent anything close to our struggle, but people who have been through our struggle. Because if you notice, almost all these candidates have never been through our struggle. The only reason why we even voted for those kind of candidates, when we figure, well, they got the most intelligence and they got the most education about that. But we got black people out here that got the same thing right now. Not only that, they have the experience, but they also have the experience of knowing what it is to struggle in our communities. Those are people we should be backing all the time, but we don't. We don't want to give up no money. That's part of the problem. We don't do it. We want somebody else to do it, and then we say, okay, they present them to you like they did with Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton or Barack Obama or Joe Biden or somebody like that. Once they're presented to you, then you want to fucking amp up and ramp up. Fuck this shit. I am not voting no more. I'm just not. I'm not happy about it. That's just my take on it, for real. You know, that's the way I feel. You know, unless my votes start counting for what it's supposed to count for, I'm not going to waste my time sitting there 2 hours in no line to go vote for something that's not going to benefit me. Sorry, not going to do it. Not going to do it. I do not care. I know some people, but here's the other thing people say. Well, your ancestors fought and died for the right to vote. Yeah, but they didn't know they were going to screw it over like that either. Seriously. They thought your votes, because you had the right to vote, that it would be fair. White people don't play fair. They never have. I'm being serious about this. You know? So what makes you think that your vote's going to count? You know what white people were doing when black people were sort of getting the right to vote in some states? Then you take all these crazy ass made up tests and shit, you know, to just to fuck with you, to discourage you from even voting at all. Okay, I'll say that because they control the voting polls anyway. They control all of that, even with your votes. You know, yet we don't bother to put up the backup candidates who should be backing us up in the first place. particularly black hands who know directly from the gutter how it is to struggle in our neighborhoods and know exactly what's needed. Not based on what they thought was needed, and not based on no political machine trying to, puppeteer, so to speak. Bump that shit. Seriously. I just shake my head. I can't. I can't do this, man. Can't vote. And until then, I will not vote. Nope. I won't vote Democrat. I won't vote Republican. I won't even be independent. Because I even thought about doing that a couple of years ago. And I was like, not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. What good was having a black president in the country if he wasn't going to have your support? But then I still always hear black people say, wait, he wasn't just the president of black people. Why is it when it comes to us, he wasn't just president of black people? But even so, if he wasn't just the president of black people, how come black people's issues wasn't addressed by the black president? No one can answer that question. Okay? But of course we hear that, well, he wasn't just addressing the issues for black folks. Well, why not? We had the most problems. Of all the people, particularly in this country, we've had the most damage done than any other race in this country, in this country's history. I know some of y'all gonna say, well, what about the American Indians? American Indians were, number one, they fought back. Okay, we didn't even have the weapons to fight against our own will. We were slaves. Remember, we were forced to do somebody else's bidding. Okay, against our own will. Indians fought. Indians had resources to fight with too. When we were brought over here, we had no resources to fight with. None. Zero. That's why I don't buy that all when he wasn't just, they didn't do this just for black people. I don't want to hear this shit. Because they're not doing much of anything for black people. That's the whole point. I'm not going with that narrative anymore. I will not. I refuse to do so. So help me, I do. I refuse it. I simply do. Well, like my boy, the late great Stan Lee says, enough said. This is DJ Wolf, and I'm out.